Welcome back to Super Mario 64. We'll be finishing up Dire Docks in this part, and then we'll be moving on to Big Boo's Haunt.
I remember Big Boo's Haunt as another level I didn't really like when I was... I'm just a grump, but I feel like I don't like a lot of the levels in this game.
I like Big Boo's Haunt enough more as an adult, and I can figure out ways to kind of move around a lot more efficiently compared to as a kid where you're just kind of meandering, trying to figure out things.
Going from room to room, but then you get older and your galaxy brain kicks in and you realize that there are so many ways that you can jump around the balconies, like...
Yeah.
Woo.
Which I feel only applies to certain levels and not all of them. Because again, this is going into what I was saying last
Oh
part
yeah, I was
before,
talking
where
specifically about the Boo Mansion.
Every 3D Mario game has those levels where I'm exhausted just thinking about going into.
Yeah.
Either because of the world itself or just the missions within the world. I have that the most with 64. Which is why I will argue that it's the worst of it.
Sunshine still does that for me the most.
I kind of whined about this the first time we did Super Mario 64, but some of the objectives that you have in this game to complete, like, say, the treasure chests, which I think was the place where I brought up the complaint the first time around. I don't like them. They feel, like, counterintuitive to the genre.
And make no mistake, I am not saying, because people misconstrue sometimes what I say by comparisons, like, I'm not saying that, I'd rather take a Sandbird over Wet Dry World or the Watermelon Festival over Hazy Maze, because like that's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
Although
the Sandbird conceptually is a good enough objective for a platformer. I stress conceptually because what killed it in Sunshine's case was the fact that physics for rotating level geometry was not quite...
What physics?
It also goes on for forever is the other problem.
Well, it wouldn't really matter if it went on for the same length of time if they had gotten the level geometry physics right in Sunshine's case, but they didn't. Which is unfortunate because they did a lot of rotating platform stuff in Sunshine's case. I really wish they had done rotating platforms right in Sunshine. It's so much fun when it's done right. See A Hat in Time. A Hat in Time does the same things, literally, and it does them beautifully. And it does them beautifully because the physics for the level geometry are there. But Sunshine did that aspect of Sunshine was really unpolished.
It wasn't so bad when the rotating platforms were like humongous, like in some of the
it was just a humongous
platform levels.
It was just a humongous block, so you could clearly tell where
even when they were humongous, there are times where you would slip or slide or just tumble off a platform when it really looked like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that got really bad during the Sandbird, which had all the same problems but with smaller platforms. So
that's exactly why the bird sucks.
Okay, so maybe you guys can help me out with this because I'm having a mental disconnect and I'm not really sure why. When it comes to missions in Super Mario 64 that I specifically don't enjoy, I would say 100 coins are probably the first ones that come to mind. But I generally enjoy the 100 purple coin missions in Mario Galaxy. And these two beliefs seem to be at odds with each other for me, and I don't really get it.
It's because
in Galaxy, they're much more clear and they put the coin
confined.
Yeah, they're mostly confined compared to exploring around.
In Super Mario Galaxy, the purple coin missions were either confined and like very very much designed so that within that area you either had 100 coins that you had to get like within a certain time limit, or more than 100 coins, and it was just a matter of getting enough of them before the time ran out.
Although Dreadnought purple coins is still, hard.
Yeah, but in Super Mario 64, the coins that you're getting are just the regular coins that are scattered around the level. So it's not quite like... It's not the same kind of thoughtful, considered mission design that you got with the purple coins.
It's okay. It's more like there's like, out of the 15 courses, I still say there's only like 2 or 3 that are particularly bad. It's more just tedious than anything.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
It's kind of why I still say 64 is kind of better than Sunshine in a lot of regards, where Sunshine does do a number of things better than 64, but the bad parts of 64 are much shorter than the bad parts of Sunshine.
I
Yeah,
will
it's
say
like
that
feel-
64 does benefit from no mission being mandatory, effectively, once you get after, like, the first 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Because it's much more open. Because one of the things that a lot of people do say about Sunshine is all of the worst missions are optional, which is true. You don't have to do pachinko. You
Or
don't
Death
have
Water.
to do watermelons. You don't.
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
do
do but
Death
you do
Route
ha-
with Yoshi.
But you do have to do the majority of the main missions because you always have to get to mission 7
Yeah.
of every single goddamn
That is the
level.
one thing that fucking kills that game. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like that is a big issue as to why, because I've gotten over 60 shines in Sunshine before.
But the result, though, is that the amount of shines you get doesn't really matter for
Yeah.
progression.
No, which is why as a collector's item, it just feels pointless.
yeah, it is. Again, Sunshine is a great game to finish, not to complete.
I mean,
Finish it.
is it though? Because a lot of the quest lines in the main stages in Sunshine I don't really like the Noki Bay trying to do the cleaning the water. I'm not a fan of almost any of the main missions.
And how they
In that
reuse the
area.
same blooper fight 3 times.
Wait, Noki Bay cleaning the water?
Yeah,
It's
well,
it's the poisonous water, and then it's the one with like the dentist eel thing.
yeah, like that whole side mission stuff. I don't really like that whole thing. But in order to see the ending of the game, I have to do all of it. Versus,
It's like-
we might not like Hazy Maze Cave in this game, but you can beat the game without
But-
ever having go in it once.
You know, it's yeah. At the same time, like I'm trying to think of missions in Super Mario Sunshine that I straight up don't like, and what comes to mind are the
Sandberg.
watermelons. First and foremost, the goddamn watermelons. Fuck.
Are we
those
talking
things.
about the mandatory ones or just in general?
Well, the mandatory ones aren't as bad, but there's still a lot of them I don't like.
And then
Sandbird's mandatory.
The stupid the Pianta Village, everything's on fire mission.
I actually really
the
like
giant,
that one.
the giant eel is a pain in the ass.
Pianta Village has this cool mission where Flood gets taken away and you gotta catch up. You gotta find your way
Find
to
it, but that level sucks.
No, it doesn't. Because, like, yeah, there's the long way, which is the way the game wants to make you think you have to go, but you can find, like, clever ways to not go that way, and it's great.
Which I think Ryan demonstrated
Yeah,
in the commentary, we did
where
years
I
ago.
brought water with me,
Yeah.
just by splashing about and made myself
Yeah,
a path.
You put it in your pockets. You just-
It's just like,
Just squeeze it
you
out.
know, I love that level to pieces. It's one of the more memorable ones in Sunshine. I guess we're just at odds, brother. Heartwarming family reunion or something like
Plot
that.
twist.
But like, okay, so, but like, apart from the watermelon, what comes to mind are the Poison River, and
Pachinko.
Pachinko, and the Sandbird, kind of. Although I have adjusted to the physics, and I can do that no problem now. And like the Poison River
Oh,
is.
Chucksters is mandatory too, for the record.
I'll never
Oh, that
understand.
also that explore the hotel one to find a freaking pineapple for Yoshi.
I never beat that
always
one as well.
I always clip through the glass.
I'll never understand why people find the Chucksters so irritating, but maybe I'm just that good at judging.
Because,
trajectory.
dude, look, I like listen. Like, I've gotten to a point where I can adjust the angle just fine, but I will still get the occasion where, okay, the bullshit.
It's like-
I angled it the same way I did the last
And for
70
some reason, they
goddamn
sent me 45
times.
degrees on the other way,
Yeah,
and now I'm
it's like,
dead.
but you threw me the complete other way. What the fuck? No, that mission is jank. Like, it's just jank.
Even my
Like,
first
it's-
time through, I never had a problem with it. I just don't get it.
Well, good for you. You're lucky, but you're also a very, very small minority.
It's like, okay, but
and
like,
then you watch the Sephiroth reveal trailer for Smash Brothers, and it's I'm a Chuckster, throws Mario off the sword.
they should have had that happen. Yeah, they should have had that happen. Unfortunately, they don't have English voice actors, so the joke would have fallen flat for us. Unfortunately.
Palm trees on my head.
Okay, so
Stepping on the beach. Do.
the Poison River is like the one mission where I think the designers were just drunk when they came up with it, though. Like
They were
just-
they were mean drunks too.
yeah, like okay.
Very mean
For,
drunk.
for-
I would say
for the
Pachinko's
watermelon mission, for the Sandbird mission, conceptually they're fine. It's mostly that the game's physics aren't there, and they could have used some polishing up. For the Poison River, it's just like no, this is terrible. What were you thinking? And
You want to know
when-
what's better than a giant mission where you have to stand on a lily pad and slowly make your way over? But
No,
also
you know
a
what-
lot of time
you know what?
2401.
having
That
to
mission-
spend 20 minutes to just get there in the first place.
That mission is so terrible. Do you know what I do? What I always do to get past it? I crash bandicoot it, and by that I mean I edge my way slowly and cautiously along the edge of the level geometry, and I just ignore the leaf. Oh, what about the coins that are in the middle of the poison river? Flood, baby. Just hover over and grab those things. You'll be fine.
It's so weird because Poison River, as much as that mission fucking sucks, like it takes less than 10 seconds to do it right. Like,
Yeah, it just
Like,
takes 20 minutes to get there.
yeah, exactly. Oh, no, you see, I clicked through the floor.
Well, you know,
That,
that's the
we're,
thing.
we're
though.
talking about doing it the correct way, John.
It's
Yeah,
designed
yeah.
so that once you know what you're doing, you're supposed to be able to do it quickly the correct way, but the method of movement, spraying in one direction to propel yourself the other, is so, like, counterintuitive to the game's control feel that it's hard to get to wrap your brain around.
We're also just talking about getting to the
Yeah.
level itself because that requires the boat trip with Yoshi.
It doesn't
Yep.
also help that Mario Sunshine is like the only 3D Mario game to not spit lives at you every 10 seconds because game overing in Mario Sunshine is actually not only possible but common, which isn't really good whenever you're in the
Unless the platform of plenty levels are like the exception to that, which is so odd to say considering the limitation because they almost always give you one-ups as like at the start.
yeah,
of the
but you have
level.
to do something tricky usually to go out of your way to try to get them.
Nah, there's usually 2 1-ups in the platforms of playing levels, and the first one's usually pretty
You know
easy.
what? I've never actually seen Sunshine's game over screen. Maybe I'm just that good at platformers. I don't know.
Weird flex.
Well, okay, you're doing 100% run then.
Well, I mean, I was gonna offer to do Sunshine at some point now that we have the All Stars collection, but I want to get a GameCube controller first now that it's compatible with that.
Cool.
Can you play Galaxy or Mario 64 with a GameCube controller?
No, it's
I
just
think it only applies.
yeah,
to
it only
Sunshine.
applies to Sunshine, and it wasn't compatible right away. They had to patch that compatibility in.
I don't know why that wasn't there to start with.
I
I
remember
don't know.
back before they officially supported the GameCube adapter, it would work, but just because it was a USB thing, and it would work on a number of games. I don't believe it does that anymore. So you could play.
Yeah, I think that was.
I
I
think-
think that was patched out.
Yeah, it was
It's a
patched
shame
out.
because Mario Kart 8 worked really well with it.
So here's the really funny thing. You can play Splatoon 2 with the GameCube controller, but since there's only one L trigger, you can't swim as a squid and refill your ink. So you can just run around and shoot, and then you're like, oh
I'm out of ammo.
shit. Oh, squid.
I just want to say I really like the method of entry into Big Boo's haunt.
Haunt. Yeah.
The thing that gets me about this is that just like Hazy Maze Cave, it's a level that's kind of secret within the game's design. I mean, it's not secret anymore. Everyone knows this is here in the year 2020. But when you were playing this blind, you know these ghosts are here. There must be something to do with the booze, but you'd have to figure out what it is. And then when you found that it was a level inside this, what is a bird cage or something that one of the
Yeah.
boos is carrying around, that's genius. That is amazing. That's like the moment you get that level opened up, you just have this moment of discovery, and it's like, wow. I
It's also one of the
found
few.
that.
It's also one of the few times Mario's legitimately scary in some fashion.
What does the statue say? Because it's clear enough to read now, isn't it?
No,
It doesn't.
It doesn't say anything.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh,
No,
Yeah.
lame.
It's
it's
just
not
like,
Alice Real 2041.
Like even after the leaks, there is no
Clear texture for it.
high res enough texture of that statue to make whatever is on the text legible.
it's just like
It's not the Genova plaque now.
I really like this because in most platformer hub worlds, all of the levels are very clearly defined portals, but the 3D Mario hub worlds always had a strong emphasis on finding things that weren't obvious to the player. In Sunshine, you could complain about the tedious Yoshi ride over to the stupid Poison River mission.
Trying to find the blue coins in the sewers.
But actually, finding that, like, you can see what they're going for, and they were doing that in Super Mario 64 as well. Just secrets.
I do appreciate that they even do have some of that in Galaxy 1. I mean, not nearly as much because the Common Observatory
It's
is a
just
much
it's
scaled
just
down.
one-ups.
But I mean, there are some clever things. Like you go all the way to the top of the thing with the flight star. Sorry, you get a 1-up. There's one at the very bottom. Like they do hide some stuff just to reward you for peeking around.
I mean,
even if it's a much smaller scale than this.
I mean,
obviously.
secret 1-ups, so that's fine, I guess. But we're talking about a game that was designed like way back when, at a time when social media wasn't a thing.
Buy the strategy guide.
Yeah, well, buy the strategy guide, yeah, but these are secrets that are clever enough that you can find them while playing blind. And when you do, you feel like you've accomplished something really interesting. I mean, you
on
can't
the other
really...
hand, they enabled the assholes who said that Mew was under the truck, so fuck them.
I guess it's just like, I admire the experience that they were going for in Super Mario 64, even if I'm not entirely on board with all of the ways they attempted to accomplish that experience.
That's kind of, I agree with you for the most part, which is kind of why, even though I don't really enjoy it all that much, I can't really feel like criticize it too harshly without feeling like I'm being like a giant dick. You know?
Apparently, the official guide said that you could beat the piano, though.
Oh, well, that's not the first time guides have gotten things wrong. I am still very salty about the Mario Party 5 strategy guide saying that the Star Spirits first appeared in Mario Party 5. No, they didn't. It was Paper Mario 64, you dumb strategy guide writers. How dare you? I was 8 years old when that game came out. I knew more than you, underpaid 20-something who wrote that. How
to be
dare
fair, they didn't have Wikipedia back then, so they couldn't double-check this shit. So...
Yeah, then don't write something you don't know, man, all right?
No, they didn't have Wikipedia, but they had Ask Jeeves, Lois.
Yeah, you just have to see if Jeeves knew.
Yeah.
Jeeves knows everything.
Except when he doesn't.
Oh, geez, low poly Mario. God, it's so obvious in this version.
Yeah, as well as that, you notice it way more in the higher resolution.
It's kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah. Again, though, this is a game that I feel looks and feels way better on original hardware, like.
Or at least on a CRT TV that disguises low poly Mario when he
yeah,
appears.
Exactly. No, again, like there are games that I just feel just look way better for the resolution.
I mean, watch the original Jurassic Park on a CRT TV, and it disguises the division between special effects and the rest of the movie
CG
a lot
and stuff,
better.
yeah.
So
You can still see the hand on the raptor tail, though.
Where's their hand on the raptor tail?
I pointed it out to you when we watched it for the movie commentary.
That was like 5 years ago. Give me a break.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
When
There
are we
are
gonna
also-
do more movie commentaries?
there are also strings
When we have
on-
the time to do so.
There are also puppet strings on the Dilophosaurus's frill when it pops open. Oh yeah, and that that video call that was playing on Nedry's computer,
That's just a video, not an actual.
where you can clearly
webcam.
see the video
play bar,
player's
yeah.
progress bar.
Whoops.
Wait, did you just teleport to the water's surface?
There was a platform, a trapdoor that sends you down here.
Yeah.
I had the get the 100 coin star animation. So Mario technically slipped off, but because he was in the animation, there's no water thing at the time, so we just plopped him on the lowest possible solid object.
Yeah,
which is the
it like
ground.
warps you down.
Yeah, but then I got that part, but then you also just teleported straight to the surface of the water, and you weren't.
Because it
just
had
on
to
the
figure that I was in water. So once you enter water, it assumes you're at the top of the water.
water. Okay. God, wow. Gotta love that N64 programming.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they expected you to be able to do that.
Oh no, I'm sure not. But it's funny to see how different games handle different things that are unexpected.
There are a lot of things that are unintended, but we do them anyway. It's fun.
You mean like spin dashing and skipping half the levels in Sonic Adventure?
I mean, there are time attacks for that game, so yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was an intentional part of the game's design because
Have you never gotten the rank
Those-
8
those-
emblems?
Yeah,
Just
but I
kinda-
don't think you need
That's
to...
the entire point.
I don't know. Okay, there's a difference between speedrunning a stage and jumping over the entire stage and not playing it. I'm pretty
well,
sure.
you see, those kind of ridiculously like upper stratosphere launching spin dash jumps were something you could do in the 2D games as well. And it worked pretty much the same way there. The only reason it wasn't quite as game-breaking is because you couldn't quite see as clearly where you were going when you were doing it. So you'd have to.
So the
really
moral of the
memorize
story
level.
is every Sonic game is bad, not just the 3D ones. Okay, I'm
Hey.
glad we
Hey.
all
Hey,
agree on this.
Ted gets his job offer from IGN. Thank you.
Hey, spin dash jumping is amazing, okay? The tricks you can pull off with spin dash jumping in the 2D games are just the best.
We'll see you in the next part. When eventually Ted will stop laughing.
No.